I was actually trapped in a car with my ex going to San Antonio, which, if you don't know, is about a 5-hour drive from where we live. Hey guys, I'm Maggie.
And I'm Esther.
And welcome back to 10 Day
Method,
Method, where we run the worst methods possible in 10 days.
Before we start, we just want to say we're so
2 hours later.
so sorry
for going MIA.
But we promise it was for a great reason, because we have actually been out these last few months testing our methods on our own lives, specifically on mine. And we're pleased to report that after seeing what worked super well, what didn't work, and what failed spectacularly, mission accomplished. I am officially back together with my ex, and I'm about to tell y'all how it happened.
Yay! And I know that we started this as kind of a joke, but it low-key works.
So, that being said, we are going to do a rapid-fire breakdown of days 2 through 10 so you can figure out how to get back with your ex in 10 days.
Hey guys, this is Editing Esther. I just quickly want to point out that Maggie sounds incredibly dead for some reason, but to be fair, this was recorded at like 9 in the morning and no one was at the library yet, and so it was like really fucking quiet, and so it was a little bit awkward, but hopefully you guys can't tell how dead she sounds, but I swear we want to be here. Love you!
So starting with day 2, mere exposure effect. Now, the mere exposure effect is psychologically the idea that when you are around someone or something more, they begin to be more and more attractive and appealing to you, and that's exactly what you're going to do to your ex.
This can be little things of literally just like showing up in places that they're like, okay, that sounds so stalkerish, but like being in places that they're like already familiar with or that they like enjoy spending their time in.
And that can mean like activities, like if y'all do any kind of summer jobs or volunteering, extracurriculars, and then obviously at school would have been a great option. I was actually trapped in a car with my ex going to San Antonio, which, if you don't know, is about a 5-hour drive from where we live. So that was a great opportunity to get exposed to each other, learn more about each other. But in all seriousness, you can do this even if you are not trapped in a car with them. So definitely make sure to make an effort to like be in the same places they are. And even if it's little things like just waving and smiling before you go somewhere, you will be back in their heads. I promise you, they will be thinking about you so much just from this alone.
Or also, I know that for a lot of you guys, maybe you don't have the same summer job, maybe you guys don't go to the same like activities and extracurriculars, and so this also applies to like making your social media presence larger and just like making sure that your face is out there.
Okay, moving on to day 3, niche mentions. And basically all this means is bringing back those little inside jokes, those little comments that y'all used to make in your relationship, and make it around them a little bit more casually. And all you have to do is bring up good things that you remember about them, or just good things that you remember that they told you at some point, and it'll make them realize, A, you were really paying attention to them and that you were a good listener, and B, it will force them to recall good things about your relationship.
And this doesn't have to be like relationship specific necessarily. To be in a relationship means to also be friends with them, and so you're just, like Maggie said, you're bringing up things that you're both familiar with, but not necessarily like, oh, remember how in our relationship we used to make this one joke?
Yeah, definitely bring it up casually, and only when it fits into the conversation. You will seem effortless, but also they will be forced to remember you and the good things about your relationship. Day 4, don't bring it up. And in our notes page, we did put this in all caps with like 10 exclamation points. What we mean by that is, do not bring up the beef, do not bring up the bad stuff, do not bring up why you broke up. Don't bring up how you always hated, how he was never on his phone and never replied to you on time. Not that this is anything.
This isn't personal.
This is not personal. Yeah. But don't bring that stuff up. It is too early for that. Act like it's the very first time y'all are ever talking and getting to know each other. Be flirty, be casual. Don't bring up the serious stuff yet.
Because the biggest thing is, like, this is a fresh start. And so even though you guys do know each other, like, maybe it's been some time and you guys have experienced some, like, character growth. And so it's, like, it's fair to give each other, like, second chances and just to, like, once again get to know each other once more.
Okay, day 5, mindset check. We're about to get serious here, guys. Just kidding. It's not that serious. So don't treat it like it is. And remember, you are doing this for fun. And at the end of the day, life is what you make of it. So don't make this whole big thing that you feel like you need to do, okay? And chances are, if you're a little like me, you're an overthinker and you tend to take stuff a little bit too seriously. Don't do that here. This should be fun. And if it's not fun, stop. Do something differently.
When we say mindset check and say it's not that serious, we're not saying like you shouldn't be making an effort, because obviously if you're in this position, you're trying to get back with your ex, but it's also not like, it's like, don't force the commitment, because you're not at that point yet. You guys haven't. At the end of the day, I know so far we've been like steered clear of like all the bad stuff that happened in your previous relationship with them, but like we're slowly approaching that point, and we just want to make sure that you guys are like keeping in touch with who you are and why you guys are here.
Okay, day 6, hard to get. This is one of my favorites.
So hard to get is essentially what it sounds like. We're playing hard to get. We're pulling away a little bit because up until this point, we've been making an extra effort and we've been making it clear that, we want to get back with our exes. But at this point, we're trying to kind of see what their energy is like.
And keep in mind that typically when someone pushes or pulls away, the other person's instinct is going to be to come closer and keep chasing. Not saying that this is healthy, but I'm saying it works. This is method, and this is how you're going to make sure that they stay obsessed with you. You're going to pull back the energy a little bit, text a little drier, don't start all the conversations, don't ask to hang out for a little, and see them chase you for a little bit so you can change that dynamic and make sure that they're actually interested in you and that you're not the only one creating that energy. Moving on to day 7, soft launching the hangout. So you guys might have already seen each other because of day 2, mere exposure effect. I know y'all have probably called or texted because of day 1, breaking the silence, but this is where you're going to make it feel like you guys are potentially dating again, okay? And I never want y'all to be like, oh, we should hang out. Okay, that's not how we do things around here. We never say what we actually mean. Instead, what you're going to do is just casually bring up places y'all used to go, things you used to do when you hung out, and you're going to keep mentioning these and keep soft launching it until finally they propose to you, hey, maybe we should go out for dinner, or maybe we should, go get ice cream or something. And bonus points if it's a place y'all used to go when you were dating, because that's going to bring up so many memories for them.
And the reason why it's important that you're soft launching it and not just being like, we should hang out, is because at this point we're still testing the waters and seeing like, are they as locked in on this as we are.
Okay, so that was day 7. Moving on to day 8, consistency is key. And this is kind of going to be the opposite of playing hard to get. Now you're going to put in actual effort, because if day 7 worked and you'll have hangout plans coming up, or you're getting close to hanging out, or maybe you already have, now is where you want to show them that you are actually locked in on the relationship and you actually want something with them. So show that you actually want to get back together, that you're serious about it this time. Not too serious though. But also keep in mind, you want to match energy. You do not want to be the only one that's texting and calling and asking to hang out if they're not matching your energy. You are worth so much more than that. So make sure you're paying attention to their level of consistency as well.
Just reemphasizing once more, this is a 2-party method.
Definitely.
So once again, like Maggie said, it is serious, but it's not serious, and it's only serious if they're serious.
Smile or you're doing it wrong. Day 9. This one is gonna be a little heavy maybe. What went wrong? This is where we're actually going to talk to them, sit down, have a conversation, and talk through what exactly went wrong in the past relationship. It doesn't have to be this long, deep conversation about how one of y'all did something wrong or how both of y'all were horrible to each other. It can be something as simple as, oh, I didn't like how you were always too busy and I felt like you weren't making time for me. Y'all can talk about what triggers you in a relationship, what you really need from a relationship, your love languages, and this conversation is going to make sure that you end up staying together and that you're not exes again, because that doesn't go well. So make sure that you're talking about the past, you're not sugarcoating it, but also try not to blame each other. And if you feel like they're putting a lot of blame on you, try to redirect the conversation to, hey, we're talking in a healthy way about what went wrong and how we can fix it in the future.
And obviously, like we mentioned before, day 9 is gonna be a lot heavier since you are addressing the issues of your relationship in the past, but it shouldn't feel like you're kind of just like making small talk, random days, and then all of a sudden you're just like, okay, I want to address the problems from our past. Because it's like at this point, you guys should have been familiarizing yourselves with like the new versions of one another. So if you haven't achieved that, then it's okay. Like take some more time.
Yeah.
Because I know it's called 10-day method, but there's no way for this to be accomplished within a 10-day timeline. Like it's not supposed to be. Your timeline is set by you, not by like anyone else's experiences. So don't feel like you're struggling.
Do it when you feel comfortable and you feel like both of y'all are locked in enough that you can have that mature conversation. And if that takes some time, that takes some time. Or if you really feel right off the bat that you can do this with them, that's okay too.
Yeah.
It's totally up to you. And finally, day 10, back together. Now you can celebrate, enjoy your time, because you earned this. And you want to know why? Because you followed Maggie and Esther's 10-day method.
Basically, if you guys hadn't followed this method, like you wouldn't have been able to do it.
But that being said, it's summer. Enjoy your time, have fun, and keep in mind, life is never that serious.
We just one more time want to apologize for going MIA for like 3 months.
We promise it won't happen again.
We were testing the method, but also junior year hit hard. But we're here now.
Yeah,
and we're gonna stay consistent.
We figured out what worked, what didn't, and we are super excited to see y'all hit this method. So let us know how it goes, if we need to tweak anything for next time, and we hope that this works for you guys. So thanks for watching this episode of 10-Day Method. I'm Maggie.
I'm Esther.
And we'll see you next time. Bye.